MMO. What?
For the purpose of teaching the basics of MMORPGs, I've chosen to use the one that I am most familiar with, Guild Wars 2. If you are completely new to the genre, I recommend checking this game out, as it has recently gone free to play with fairly unnoticeable restrictions, not to mention a very friendly and welcoming community. A link will be available in the description. One of the first objectives when starting an MMORPG is to create your character. If you ever played a game like The Sims, it works in a similar way in most MMOs, though not always as in-depth. Most MMORPGs feature unique races, such as elves or orcs, in addition to the traditional human race. Guild Wars 2 features a variety of unique races as well, each with their own characteristics. In a number of MMORPGs, such as World of Warcraft, races can actually influence your character's effectiveness, as some races perform better in certain roles. We'll get to those in a moment. Some races are actually locked off of playing a certain type of character in some MMOs, so it's important to take this into account when creating your character. When I say certain roles, I'm talking about classes, which are a cornerstone of role-playing games in general. A class is basically an archetype that determines what your character will excel at. To put it into better perspective, think of it this way. Some people excel at math while struggling with writing, and thus their skill set is perhaps better suited to a mathematics-heavy profession. Whereas some people excel at writing, but not mathematics, like me. As such, I wouldn't attempt to fulfill a role that requires I accomplish a lot of mathematics tasks. Classes work similar to this. Let's take a look at Guild Wars 2. The two classes we'll compare are the Warrior and the Elementalist. A Warrior, traditionally in MMOs, succeeds at being capable of fighting up close and taking a decent amount of damage, while an Elementalist, or Spellcaster class in other MMOs, excels at dealing lots of damage from afar using powerful spells. Similar to the example given above, you wouldn't want an Elementalist taking all the damage if their skill set just isn't appropriate for it. All classes have different strengths and weaknesses, just like people, so it's important to find a class that works best for you. However, since we're new to the world of MMORPGs, we'll take it a little bit slower, so we can learn the skills we need to excel. For the purpose of learning an MMO, I tend to recommend new players try out an MMO's Warrior class, as it is often one of the easiest to teach basic game mechanics without being punished too hard. For this series of educational episodes, I'll be playing a Warrior, so feel free to play along with me. Some games feature more customizable aspects than others. Guild Wars 2 offers a lot of options for customization of your character, so experiment and give it its own individual personality. After all, it is a role-playing game. Other options for customization are offered up by MMORPGs through use of story. Guild Wars 2 is one of these, and asks some questions to help build a little more personality for your character and give them their own individual experience. So choose what you want for these questions here. Lastly is naming your character. I play a lot of MMORPGs, and so I'm interested in the role-playing aspect of the worlds, so I tend to come up with a unique name for my unique character. Feel free to do the same, or go with something a little more zany. Once you're set on your character's race, class, appearance, and name, go ahead and hit that create button. We'll hop right into the basics of controlling your character in the next episode. As always, thanks for watching.